Thank goodness you returned. Much has changed since you lived here, my friend. All was peaceful until the Dark Riders came and destroyed our village. Many were cut down where they stood, and those who took up arms were slain or dragged away to become slaves, or worse. The church at the edge of town has been desecrated and is being used for dark rituals. The screams that echo in the night are inhuman, but some of our townsfolk may yet survive. Follow the path that lies between my tavern and the blacksmith's shop to find the church and save who you can. Perhaps I can tell you more if we speak again. Good luck.
Lazarus was the archbishop who led many of the townspeople into the labyrinth. I lost many good friends that day, and Lazarus never returned. I suppose he was killed along with most of the others. If you would do me a favor, good master, please, do not talk to Farnham about that day. I have always tried to keep a large supply of foodstuffs and drink in our storage cellar, but with the entire town having no source of fresh water, even our stores will soon run dry. Please, do what you can, or I don't know what we will do. That sounds quite disgusting, and I am afraid that I haven't heard anything about any worms. Perhaps Cain, the storyteller, could be of some help. Gillian has been going on and on about strange lights in the trees, but I haven't been able to make heads nor tails of her story. I certainly haven't seen any strange lights, and if I did, they would be the least of my worries. I am afraid that I don't know anything about that, good master. Cain has many books that may be of some help. These sound like dark creatures indeed. I am ignorant in matters of this nature, but I would assume that our storyteller may know of such legends. There is an old story of an angel named Iswal, but I don't remember much more than that. Yes, Farnham has mumbled something about a hulking brute who wielded a fierce weapon. I believe he called him a butcher. Wirt is talking backwards again? Oh, I hate it when he does that. I don't have time to help you decipher his riddle, but I will tell you one thing. Don't get involved with that rapscallion. I never much cared for poetry. Occasionally I had calls to hire minstrels when the inn was doing well, but that seems like such a long time ago now. What? Oh yes, well, I suppose you could see what someone else knows. You speak of a brave warrior long dead. I'll have no such talk of speaking with departed souls in my inn yard, thank you very much. Don't you think that Griswold would be a better person to ask about this? He's quite handy, you know. Every child hears the story of the warrior Arcane and his mystic armor known as Valor. If you could find its resting place, you would be well protected against the evil in the labyrinth. You know, sometimes I wonder how much faith you can put into what Farnham says. He spends so much time reliving his memories of the labyrinth and just being plain drunk that he doesn't always make much sense. I guess you could ask around, though. I saw the exorcism. It was incredible how Tremaine drove the evil spirit from that man's racked and tortured body. I pray that something that horrific never happens to anyone here ever again. I'm afraid that I haven't heard anything about such a vicious warrior, good master. I hope that you do not have to fight him, for he sounds extremely dangerous. I'll bet that Wirt saw you coming and put on an act just so he could laugh at you later when you're running around the town with your nose in the dirt. I'd ignore it. The caravan stopped here to take on some supplies for their journey to the east. I sold them quite an array of fresh fruits and some excellent sweetbreads that Garda had just finished baking. Shame what happened to them. Let me just say this. Both Garda and I would never, ever serve black mushrooms to our honored guests. If Adria wants some mushrooms in her stew, then that is her business, but I can't help you find any. Black mushrooms. Disgusting. If the witch can't help you and suggests that you see Cain, what makes you think that I would know anything? It sounds like this is a very serious matter. You should hurry along and see the storyteller, as Adria suggests. The village needs your help, good master. Some months ago, King Leoric's son, Prince Albrecht, was kidnapped. The king went into a rage and scoured the village for his missing child. With each passing day, Leoric seemed to slip deeper into madness. He sought to blame innocent townsfolk for the boy's disappearance and had them brutally executed. Less than half of us survived his insanity. The king's knights and priests tried to placate him, but he turned against them and, sadly, they were forced to kill him. With his dying breath, the king called down a terrible curse upon his former followers. He vowed that they would serve him in darkness forever. This is where things take an even darker twist than I thought possible. Our former king has risen from his eternal sleep and now commands a legion of undead minions within the labyrinth. His body was buried in a tomb 3 levels beneath the cathedral. Please, good master, put his soul at ease by destroying his now cursed form. As I told you, good master, the king was entombed 3 levels below. He's down there, waiting in the putrid darkness for his chance to destroy this land. The curse of our king is past, but I fear that it was only part of a greater evil at work. However, we may yet be saved from the darkness that consumes our land, for your victory is a good omen. May light guide you on your way, good master. Master, I have a strange experience to relate. I know that you have a great knowledge of those monstrosities that inhabit the labyrinth, and this is something that I cannot understand for the very life of me. I was awakened during the night by a scraping sound just outside of my tavern. When I looked out from my bedroom, I saw the shapes of small, demon-like creatures in the inn yard. After a short time they ran off, but not before stealing the sign to my inn. I don't know why the demons would steal my sign, but leave my family in peace. 'Tis strange, no? Oh, we didn't have to bring back my sign, but I suppose that it does save me the expense of having another one made. Well, let me see. What could I give you as a fee for finding it? What have we here? Oh, yes. This cap was left in one of the rooms by a magician who stayed here some time ago. Perhaps it may be of some value to you. Your brave tales of fighting demons have reminded me of something, good master. A traveller passed through here some time ago. He was quite proud of a very unique weapon he held, and while becoming quite drunk, boasted of its power. I never saw him again, and I suspect that he ventured too close to the cathedral. Have you ever seen that traveller I told you about? The one with the enchanted weapon? Well, I suppose that he left our village as so many others have, or he must be dead. Yes, that is certainly the weapon that he wore. You know, I've been thinking about something else that traveller said. He inferred that the true powers of the weapon would be unleashed only when it tasted the blood of a very specific kind of creature. Were the stories the traveller told us true? Oh, I see you don't know yet. Well, I clearly recall that he said by slaying a certain monster, the weapon you found would become something quite special. While I understand that your purpose may be of a higher calling, surely some well-earned gold would be welcomed. Some townspeople from a nearby village have offered a reward for the destruction of a creature that razed their homes and property. They demand positive proof that the creature has been slain, and I can only think of one way to do that. You can say whatever you want, but without proof I cannot give you the reward. Oh, disgusting, but certainly proof enough for anyone. Here's your reward as promised. Good master, a moment of your time, please. My tavern was broken into during the night. No one was hurt, but many items were stolen, including a chest belonging to a mysterious wanderer who once stayed here. I found the body of a thief near the cathedral with telltale wounds from one of the creatures below marking his broken body. Some of the stolen goods were near the body, but the chest and the key to open it were nowhere in sight. If you should find those keys while on your brave crusade, you should recover them. Then, if you find the chest, you can open it and see what secrets it contains. Perhaps it will be something that can help you on your quests. Remember, good master, the chest is locked and is useless without the key. If you do find the chest and get the key, you should see what's inside. I don't expect the owner back here again. I see that you have found the key. Now you just need to find the chest that it belongs to. Greetings, good master. Welcome to the Tavern of the Rising Sun. Many adventurers have graced the tables of my tavern, and 10 times as many stories have been told over as much ale. The only thing that I ever heard any of them agree on was this old axiom. Perhaps it will help you. You can cut the flesh, but you must crush the bone. Griswold the blacksmith is extremely knowledgeable about weapons and armor. If you ever need work done on your gear, he is definitely the man to see. Farnham spends far too much time here drowning his sorrows in cheap ale. I would make him leave, but he did suffer so during his time in the labyrinth. Adria's wise beyond her years, but I must admit, she frightens me a little. Well, no matter. If you ever have need to trade in items of sorcery, she maintains a strangely well-stocked hut just across the river. If you want to know more about the history of our village, the storyteller Kane knows quite a bit about the past. The priest Tremaine is a bit of a mystery. He certainly never stays here, and he often comes and goes to many of the nearby towns. Word is a rapscallion and a little scoundrel. He was always getting into trouble, and it's no surprise what happened to him. He probably went fooling about someplace that he shouldn't have been. I feel sorry for the boy, but I don't abide the company that he keeps. Pepin is a good man, and certainly the most generous in the village. He's always attending to the needs of others, but trouble of some sort or another does seem to follow him wherever he goes. Gillian, my barmaid? If it were not for her sense of duty to her grandam, she would have fled from here long ago. Goodness knows I begged her to leave, telling her that I would watch after the old woman, but she is too sweet and caring to have done so.